What is up? Trizzle here with Clasher's Corner, tuning in for another great tutorial. What's going on, guys? Here logged in on my third account. Just wanted to go over with you guys Town Hall 9 Shattered Laloon, also known as GoLaLoon, because you'll be using a total of 2 golems with a hero kill squad to complete a couple of objectives. Now, this army is typically used primarily in war. Just to show you guys the comp, you're going to be, depending on the base, you're going to be bringing at least a total of 2 golems, anywhere from 4 to 6 wizards. Some people I have seen run more wizards than that. I personally prefer to use 5. Because this account has such low heroes, I went ahead and used 6 to help supplement the DPS with the kill squad. You're going to have 3 hounds total, 14 loons total, and as far as spells go, you'll have 1 jump, 3 rage, and either 2 poison, which is what I primarily use, or you could bring a haste and a poison, or a skeleton spell or 2. Just depends on what you're trying to do. Now, with Shattered Laloon, you're going to have a couple different raid objectives, guys. Like most air attacks, you're going to want to, 1, destroy the archer queen, 2, destroy an air defense, 3, kill the clan castle troops, and then 4, you're also going to want to snag either an air pointed expo or a second air defense if possible. Now, when you plan your attack, you're going to want to make sure that when you approach the base, you take a look and see where you're dropping your golems. You have to be mindful that those golems have to tank for your wizards, and they also have to tank for your wall breakers. It's very, very easy, if you're not paying attention to where you're placing your golems, to end up with wall breaker fails. So with this attack, you're always going to want to attack into the queen. You get a fairly good split on the golems. Then you get your wizards down a funnel. You always want to start from the outside, go in, so that way as the structures go down, they'll funnel the troops into the center. Very, very important, guys. Do not drop your king until you break the wall and the golems make their way into the base. Reason being is if you drop it before the golems enter the base, the king will actually usually get locked on by the expo or something else, and then he'll go down much sooner than he's actually supposed to. So just make sure you hold the king till the very end. He's the last troop that you drop on your kill squad, and you drop him well after you drop the queen. So on this, I just dropped my king after the golems are just breaking into the base, after the funnel has already been set. From there, you're just going to allow the kill squad to process the raid objectives, which was the archer queen, the air defense, and I guess on this one the clan castle was empty. So now that's done, I was just allowing the kill squad to process as much defenses as they could before I went ahead and started my Laloon. I wanted to at least make sure I could pop the queen ability since it is such a low queen. From there, you're going to want to start the air portion of your attack. A lot of people kind of get confused by this part because they think of a hybrid attack and they kind of get confused by it. But it's very simple, guys. When you attack with your ground portion, your kill squad, you're always going to attack directly into the queen. As soon as possible, make a beeline as the crow flies, typically right into the queen, as long as you can, on the way there or within that vicinity, take down an air defense. Once that's done and the kill squad has completed its portion of the raid, then with your Laloon, you're always going to come in with 2 hounds typically on the first air defense, unless the air defense that you're targeting first has barely no other air targeting defenses that will lock on to the hound. So you're going to want to drop 2 hounds on that first air defense, followed by circular loons. It's circular rotational deployment, I should say, surgical loons. So get in the habit, guys, of dropping 2 loons per defense. It's going to help you a lot because with this attack, you just don't have the extra, spare loons to just drop them in a line. If you did that, your raid is going to fail. All right, so here we go. I'm going to come in, if I'm not mistaken, on the right. So I went ahead and dropped one hound first, kind of a slower entry with the second one. And I dropped my loons, 2 per defense. With the rage spell, guys, I do want to point this out. The rage spells are for the air defense. So you're going to want to drop them in such a way that the loons get as much use out of it as they travel on their way to the air defense, as the hounds are targeted by the AD. It's always a good idea, especially when you're doing a war attack, to count out your loons, count out your drops, so that way in the heat of the attack, you're going to already have a plan already placed. By scouting it out, you actually develop muscle memory, believe it or not, which is something that I personally do when I do my war attacks. Time permitting, I'll actually go through and basically I'll go through the actual raid and do drops on the screen without starting the raid, so that way before I even act it out, I have an idea of what I'm generally supposed to do. Alright, so as you can see, guys, it's a very, very strong raid. I don't even have level 4 golems, and my king and queen are only level 10. So it doesn't take much. Now, keep in mind this is relative, guys, because this is trophy pushing. I'm in global, which is always going to be easier than war. Not just because of traps, everything is armed, clan castle. There's a few different factors in there, but in any event, I still wanted to show you guys how you need to go about this attack in order to be successful, because once you master this attack, it really is going to open up, such a big part of the game for you in terms of high level 3-starring at the Town Hall 9 level. As always, guys, you're going to want to implement your objectives for Shattered Laloon, and that's going to be taking out the Archer Queen, the air defense, the clan castle, as well as any other air pointing defenses. On this one, you start the raid 2 golems wide, use your wizards to start breaking the funnel, then you drop your queen, followed by the wall breakers, being careful that you're watching mortar drops, you're being mindful of splash damage, and then once the golems make their way into the base, then you drop your king. Now with your jump spell, you want to drop that usually either before you drop the king or right after you drop the king. That way, he's going to make a straight line into the center. And if the jump spell enables the king to aggro onto the archer queen, you want to make sure that that's down before you even drop him. With that being said, the air attack, again, it's the same thing. You're going to want to start alongside where the wedge that your kill squad cut out, and that's where you're going to start your air attack. 2 hounds per air, 2 hounds on the first air defense, and you're going to want to trail your loons using a surgical deployment, 2 loons per defense, and then you're just going to use a rotational deployment using the rage spells to allow you to get those loons into the air defense. So I'm going to show you a few different attacks, guys. That way you can see that it's not a spam attack and it's not anything by accident. It's again identifying the raid objectives and just knowing what you need to do. And then once you get those raid objectives down, you can usually use it on any base. I'm not saying that every base can be hit with Shattered Laloon or GoLaLoon without any issues, but it is by far one of the most well-rounded armies in war at the Town Hall 9 level. This base was actually, it wasn't max. I just realized he had a Wizard Towers upgrading, but it was a level 24 queen, and again, guys, I have a level 10 and king and queen, so still shows a bit. In any event, again, the golems are set. Get your wizards down to funnel. Your queen goes down in the middle. From there, you're going to drop the wall breakers to break them in. Jump spell goes down. In comes the king. Make sure you use that double poison to take out the clan castle, slow down the queen. And then from there, you're going to want to raid your king into the archer queen. One quick recommendation I do want to make, I see it happen a lot, is that people wait too long in order to use the Barbarian King, the Iron Fist, and a lot of it, is just out of habit. They were told, okay, well, wait until his life gets as low as possible before you spring the ability, but that actually, is counterintuitive, just for the simple fact that a lot of times he won't even get a chance to stay alive long enough to use the entire duration of his ability, because most people waited so long to push the button. So good rule of thumb, guys, is to not let his health go past half. Sometimes it's even okay to use the ability if he's pretty much near full health, if there was some objectives that you needed to complete. But it's the same thing, guys. You're going to want two hounds on the first air defense, followed by the surgical loons. You're going to do either a counterclockwise or a clockwise deployment, depending on the air sweepers and depending on how the kill squad fared, when cutting out the section of the base. So as you guys can see, guys, this is a really strong attack. It goes a very long way into war, because not only with the current meta, but in order to get some of the other strategies up and utilize them, you really do have to get those heroes up. So some of the other strategies that are out there, whether it be queen walks or any of the HP raids, the HG raids. I mean the healer raids with the healer P.E.K.K.A. and hogs or baby dragons. Those raids all require pretty solid heroes. So this raid, this army composition is by far the most well-rounded, and it's gonna give you the quickest chance into becoming an elite 3-star attacker at the Town Hall 9 level. And I actually recorded some attacks just to show you guys how the attack was done. And out of the last 6 attacks that I did, I think it was 6 or 7 attacks, and they would have been all 3 stars. 2 out of the 7 or 2 out of the 6 actually had like a 99%, because I had the hounds didn't pop. So that's the one downside, is that if you roll a base, every now and then the hounds won't pop. So just be careful. Make sure you save a back end loon for that. With this base, even though there weren't really enclosed walls, you still have to be mindful of how you're setting your funnel. That way the golems don't go crazy. You're going to go in, take out the archer queen, get the air defense. I think on this raid I end up getting more than 1 air defense, but let's see where it goes. Yeah, I think I did end up getting the other air defense. Once that's done, again, you're going to start the Lalo adjacent to the section of the base that you just took out. 2 hounds for the first air defense, followed by the surgical loons behind. One quick tip, guys: when you process the base, you're going to want to, after you drop your first 2 hounds followed by the 2 sets of loons, you almost want to break the base into a pizza pie, and you're going to break it into at least 4 sections. Typically the kill squad will be responsible for the first section. The first set of loons and the hounds would be the second section. And the reason you break it down by sections has to do with the spells and the order in which they're dropped. Unlike Penta Laloon raid, where you just kind of go in with the hounds and then the loons, and then you drop the spells evenly, with this, the timing of the spells is extremely crucial, because it allows, it's what controls the pathing and what allows this attack to be so strong. So again, you want to be making sure that after you drop the first 2 hounds and those set of loons, you drop that first rage, and then as that pack of troops starts making their way around, then you drop that third and final hound, followed by your surgical loons, then the second rage, and then the third rage will be to zoom your troops into that third and possible last air defense if it didn't get taken down with the kill squad. So that was pretty much it, guys. I just wanted to show you guys the strength of this attack. It's been something that I've been using for a very, very, very long time. So just wanted to get that out to you guys. I do appreciate you guys watching. Again, I am going to be doing a gift card giveaway, so that way we can try and give you guys some appreciation for the support that you've shown. Do me a favor. Thank you for watching the video. If you made it this far to the end, if you could do me a favor, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Like, comment, and give me feedback, guys. Anything that you have questions about, anything that you want to see, in terms of content, even, events, definitely let me know. All right. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and you have a good day. Trizzle tuning out.